Lindsay gave me this report. We divided our report into two. So the first report is Jean Lindsay lives in the Durban area, and she's in contact with 40 conservancies in that area. There are 40 conservancies, three of them are marine, one industrial, I don't remember the rest. Anyway, last year, this is Mark Liptrot at the bottom here. He received the mayoral Biodiversity Award, which is an annual event that takes place in Durban. He was a runner-up. The conservancies play an important part in the Itumeleng area. What the outer west side of Durban have, there are quite a few active conservancies around there, and they've managed to get half a page a month. This is a weekly, the Highway Mail's a weekly publication. They get half a page a month devoted to conservancies. Jean has been involved in setting up township conservancies. This one was set up by the Kloof Conservancy, which is a very active conservancy. Quite clean those at the base, from the base of the Table Mountain, east of the Table Mountain in Pietermaritzburg, towards Inanda Dam. It's quite a large area, but there was a couple of people in that area who were quite keen on conservation. And so this was started up for them. Jean would like to challenge every single conservancy in the country to get involved with mini-SAS and water analysis program. Now, this mini-SAS was developed by Mark Graham, who started this environmental engineering business called Ground Truth. And if you go to their website, it's extremely readable, a very nice big website with lots of information on it. And SAS means Stream Assessment Scoring System. If you are a company, you want to do a proper assessment of your stream, you do a SAS assessment, and it costs about 3,000 rand. But they developed a mini SAS program, which is available to schools, to conservancies, and what you basically do is you get into the stream and stir up the bottom of the water and collect the insects that come out of that into these little trays. This is Mark Graham, who is his project. And then you look at the insects, you identify the fauna in that tray and if the water's completely unpolluted, you'll get certain species in it that will never occur in polluted water. And you get this grading scale of very healthy water to really poor water that doesn't contain anything. So he's identified various species of animals, whether it's shrimps or invertebrates. And whatever's in that tray of water, you can scale the water as a gauge its quality, and it's been very successful. These particular pictures are on the Kloof. Well, no, it's on Ground Truth website, but Kloof also put these pictures up there. That was their Kloof days. Jean's conservancies are quite involved with open gardens. It's quite a useful concept. Indigenous open gardens is a big thing. They choose 5 gardens which are mostly indigenous, and they open up to the public, and they're quite good generators of funds, and they attract a lot of people. Jean says the Durban Conservancies are very active, they're very influential in their communities, they're proactive with many successful and effective projects. And that's Jean's. Right, I'm going to speak now for the Conservancies Association, which speaks for 110 conservancies in KZN. So we lose conservancies and we gain conservancies, and this year we gained 7, which keeps, it's a constant 110. These 7 conservancies are in the Durban Outer West area and some in the Drakensberg area, where we have 2 very active members of our committee who are active in infusing people to start up conservancies. So, Thuli, Nzimhlava, and are 2 new conservancies set up because there's a gentleman employed, Kobus Turon, is employed by CEPF funding to set up these areas as stewardship sites in KZN. Cedarville, which is actually in the Eastern Cape, that used to be KZN, has asked to join us because I don't know why. I don't know what goes on in the Eastern Cape.
Because we're good.
What our committee has done, we've co-opted people onto the committee to stand for particular regions in KZN. And so these regional committees have forums which have these sort of functions like this, and they're very useful in being able to get conservancies that have almost dormant or almost inactive to become rejuvenated. It's been quite useful. And this year we had one in 1993, 5 conservancies started. Only Padfield Manors has lasted 20 years and they got their award at our AGM. We lost 2 committee members, and one, Cecil van Henigan, comes from the South Coast, and he ran the South Coast Forum. He's now gone to the Western Cape in Langebaan, and he's going to be starting a conservancy in that area. He intends to anyway. We've gained, the Peter Saville, Amanda, Kobus, and Sarah are all co-opted members from their regions. Having said that, Amanda is a student, a varsity student, who is working on wildcats, and she did a survey on the effects of wildcats, caracals, and servals on Blue Duiker, and we co-opted her onto the committee, and she's now mapping our conservancies properly. Jean Lindsay couldn't be here this time. She has been this time last year, she was knocked flat with what we thought was orangutan, who turned out to be cancer. And she's having treatment for a relapse, and so she couldn't be here. Johan Vermeulen is our representative from Esenvale Wildlife, the provincial body, and he's been promoted to DCO, from DCO, District Conservation Officer, to manager, but he's been ordered to still be a representative on our committee. So our achievements this year, we've managed to get our memorandum of agreement signed with Esenvale Wildlife. And this means we can get to work on our norms and standards. And 4 years ago, we set up a strategy for KZN Conservancies Association. We've come to the end of that strategy. One of the things, the main thing on that strategy was to get the MOA signed. That's done. But we've learned a lot that the strategy can't be an airy-fairy thing. We can't, we've learned. Yes. Yeah. If you want to motivate 110 conservancies and keep them on the ball, it means a lot of admin work, and I can't cope with that, so we've had some help in the form of Paula, who phoned about 98% of the conservancies and got information out of them. That was really helpful. Then Mandy is another one who's been mapping conservancies, phoning them and getting results from them. We set up a blog, and I'm going to have a few pictures on that a bit later, and we now have 58 followers, and the blog is open to anyone in the country. We tried initially to have weekly articles on it, and we'll still try to get there in due course. And I'll talk about a little bit about our annual assessment a bit later. And our guinea fowl newsletter still gets sponsorship from SA Sugar Association. We've been involved with some events, Sustainable Living Indigenous Plant Fair in Pietermaritzburg and the Plant Fair in Durban are two of them. That's our newsletter. One of the things, what we've decided with our committee, rather than having a central locality for our quarterly meetings, is to travel to different conservancies and go to those conservancies and have our meetings there. That picture at the bottom there is our meeting at, it was at Pennington Beach Cafe, and we ended with a nice lunch. And it works very well. We always have very good attendance to our committee meetings. We set up this blog as a result of the assessment that went out and some of the things that came back from the questionnaire. And the blog, it's a free blog. You go to wordpress.com and you can set up a free blog, and if you want more fancy things, then you start paying. But this is free. You get as many pages as you like, and you can put in 3 pictures and a background picture on each page, and that's, yeah. So the blog is set up so that if you go into this and you go down the side here, you can follow the blog, and you'll get notifications of each of the events we put up or any posts we put on. A post is an article. So we did this assessment in this way, and it's a great facility. Amanda told us about it. When you go to, you have to be a Gmail, you have to have a Gmail account. And when you go to Gmail, this thing, I'm afraid, oh, there, no. Next to Gmail is Drive. And you click on Drive, and you get to a site, this, where all your documents go, and you save all your documents on your G Drive, and so you can be in Timbuktu or Tokyo and access all your documents here. And then on the right there, on the left there, it says Create, and you click on Create and you get that drop-down list, and at near the bottom there it says Form. You click on Form and you get this. And so where it says Untitled, you click in Assessment 2012, and then you ask your questions. And you put in the question, you can have any type of question, you set it up, and it can be a required question. You click on that if you want. So the first question we asked was, what is your conservancy name? They have to put that in, they have to put their contact details. All the questions after that weren't required. So this all goes into a spreadsheet automatically. Each person who submits the answers to all those questions, it goes into the spreadsheet like this. And then you go to where across the top there. So this spreadsheet went out to about 95 or 96 members. 38 responded. This form there, 38. 38 responded. And you click on 38, and up there it says Show Summary of Responses. And it comes up with this beautiful... Did you know this?
Who's your whiskey?
And you get these lovely pie graphs and bar graphs of what goes on. Now, one of the things, we haven't really had time to analyze this in a big way, but one of the things that came out, oh, let me talk about that. 13 respondents had no answer at all. They didn't answer this particular question that I asked, which was, how can KZN help conservancies? And 13 didn't answer. 4 said they're very happy with what I'm doing. Now, those 2 answers aren't helpful. It's always helpful to say what you'd like. So the rest, out of the rest, about 2/5 of them, more than a quarter, said communication was a problem. We weren't communicating with them. And some wanted monthly newsletters, and we backed to even get 3 out. And then another quarter of them said they wanted us to support them and get involved with their communities, with their conservancies. They wanted us to go to their AGMs, they wanted to see us at events, and then the rest wanted information. Some said they wanted particular information, like how to attract Oroby to their farm, or what type of fencing to put up. And then 2 said they wanted funding to get rid of invasive aliens off their conservancies, so they can concentrate on other things. And some conservancies do manage to do that. They get funding out of CEPF. One conservancy even offered articles, which is great. I'll get back to them now. And that's it. Thank you. That, by the way, is from the Parkproof Conservancy. They have a crane foundation where they rescue cranes. There are 3 types of cranes in the Parkproof area. And yeah, that's somebody's arm with a crane. Thank you.